Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Patty from ultraslowrunner.com. Today's video, I just kind of wanted to briefly go through my thoughts about the Bigfoot 2019 Bigfoot 40 miler. Last year I did attempt it. I did DNF at Windy Ridge around mile 28. And so I'm really excited about this year. I'm looking forward to a finish and excited to get back out onto that course and just enjoy the day and challenge myself in a way that most other races I run just don't challenge me in the same way. So I'm really looking forward to it. I do have concerns about this year, or a few concerns, not many, but one of my concerns is I haven't had the opportunity to do as much heat training as I did last year. We just haven't had the hot weather that we had last year, and so I'm concerned about that because last year I did almost all of my long runs in weather that was 83 and up, and this year I just haven't had that. So maybe in these last couple of weeks I'll get some warmer weather. I still have a couple long runs I want to do, so we'll see, but that is kind of one of my concerns going into the race. Also, last year I dropped before it got dark out, and I know there's another lava boulder field that I'll be hitting at night, and so that's another concern of mine. I mean, I'll make it through it. I'm not worried about that, but I am kind of concerned about just that experience and making it through it okay. So we'll see. That's my other concern. And then also another concern, which is not really related to running at all or the race really, but last year we got home from the race on Saturday, and then on Monday our dog Charlie passed away. And so I'm thinking about that for this year, and we do have a new dog, Oliver, our Great Pyrenees, and he's still a puppy. He's 9 months old, but still there's like that worry in the back of my head that something might happen while I'm at the race. And as you know, with Bigfoot, there's no cell phone coverage or anything like that, so if something were to happen, probably wouldn't find out about it until I was done with the race and on the way home. And so I don't know, it's on my mind, and so I figured the best way to really deal with it is to run this race in honor of our dog Charlie and just have a good time, and I don't know, just kind of run in the spirit of him and just remember all the good things about him, and just kind of move forward with that. But that I have to admit that's been a little tough for me, and although it gives you a new perspective on DNFs because yeah, I was really disappointed about the DNF until all of that happened, and then I completely forgot about the race and DNFing and all of that. It just didn't seem that important or even that impactful of an event. So just an interesting perspective on DNFs. So I know that going into any race now that it could always be much worse than just not finishing a race. So I don't know, something to think about if you're concerned about DNFing. I do have some positive things going for me this year going into the race. So far for 2019, my races have been really, really good, except for the Badger Mountain 50 miler. That was one of those disastrous races. I mean, if you look on my ultra sign-up score and look at my time for that race, I mean, I probably would have run faster if I was on crutches. I'm not kidding. I mean, it was just one of those races, but I finished it. I got the 50 miles on my legs, and so that was good. But my other races have gone really well. I've had a PR in both trail 30K and a road 30K, pretty significant PRs. And then also early May, I ran the McDonald Forest 50K, which is a pretty challenging race, at least for me. It's 6,800 feet of climbing, and also it's a very relentless type course, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about in that there's no flat in that course. You're either going up or going down, and a lot of the climbs are really steep, shorter but steep. But I was able to run that over 20 minutes faster than I did the year before, a lot faster. It wasn't a PR, but it was just a lot faster than last year. And then also a couple weeks ago, I ran the Ultramuck 50K, which is a great race. I really encourage, it's a new race, but I encourage people to try that race. I had a great time, and I did run that faster as well. I ran it a little over 20 minutes faster than I ran McDonald Forest. Little less climbing that race, but the terrain was similar, and but I had such a great time. So I have some good things going, and then also I'm just an experienced ultramarathon runner, and I experienced most of the course last year, so I kind of know, at least in the first 28 miles, what to expect. I remember where all the hills are, the climbs. The boulder fields are unforgettable. Not really in a good way, but anyway, so I just have some experience on that course, and so that gives me a little bit more confidence going into the race. I do have a few tips for first timers, but I think what would be really fun is anybody watching this that may have some tips for first timers, whether you've run ultras before or you've actually run Bigfoot before. Just drop those into the comments, because I think, you know, those are going to be really helpful for people that are doing this for the first time, to get some different perspectives coming in about the experience and what to look forward to, and things that may help you get through the race a little bit better. For me, I think, you know, there's a couple really important things I would always suggest for anybody going into a race, especially if it's a race of a new distance for you. And really, with Bigfoot, it's a unique course. You know, almost none of us get to run in that area on a regular basis. And I mean, I run in the Pacific Northwest mountain areas all the time, trails around here, but there is nothing like the Bigfoot course. Nothing that I've run so far. And so, you know, you just got to enjoy this course. It's unique, it's fun, it's challenging. You know, it was one of the only races I've ever, you know, been a mile or two into the race thinking, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? You know, but that's part of the thrill of the race. That's what makes it so fun and enjoyable and rewarding in the end. So just enjoy the course. And then my second tip really is to try not to compare yourself to other runners. There's going to be faster runners unless you're at the front of the pack. I don't know any front of the pack runners, so I don't know what that experience is like. But for the most of us, and especially those of us at the back of the pack, you just can't compare yourself to other runners. You may be carrying different gear, you may have trained differently, you may have different expectations of the race and things like that. But if you're on the course and, you know, you're focused on the people in front of you and the people behind you, it's not going to make your race any better. So I think just focus on your own race, run the way you have planned on running it, stick to your plan most of the time unless you need to make adjustments, and just focus on yourself and make sure it's an event that's going to be memorable and enjoyable for you as best you can. For me, some practical things for me, what really I was grateful that I brought last year on the course was extra socks. And I didn't pack drop bags, but I did carry extra socks with me, and those came in really handy because I can run with wet feet. That doesn't bother me. I don't get blisters, or, you know, that's never a concern for me. However, there was one water crossing somewhere around mile 22-ish, there was two water crossings, but the second one, anyway, I got past that and I just had a ton of like sand in my shoe, in my socks, and so it was really weighing my feet down, but luckily I had an extra pair of socks. So once I changed out of those, my feet were just fine. So it wasn't that I was concerned about blisters, it was just I had a ton of sand in my shoes, and you know, who wants to run with that? So I was grateful that I had that extra pair of socks. So I'm going to be doing that again this year. And then one thing that I usually have some, you know, goo gets really tiring after a while, but I always like to have a little treat with me. And last year I brought not Sunburst, Starburst candies. And there's a long section after the first aid station. It's just longer to the next aid, to Windy Ridge. And you're kind of out there for a long time, at least I was. And those Starbursts really came in handy because, you know, there's not a lot of water. So my mouth was really dry and I just kind of needed a little pick-me-up that goo wasn't going to do for me. So I had some Starbursts and, you know, they got me salivating again and just were really refreshing. And I really enjoyed it. It really was. It really kind of lifted my spirits a little bit. So I'm going to be bringing Starbursts again. So, well, those are my thoughts on the Bigfoot 40. It's, you know, not that far away. So, you know, at this point, you're probably wrapping up your training and getting those last miles in. I don't know if some of us may have, I still have another long run I want to do, but it just depends on where you're at in your training. But most of all, take care of yourself in these final weeks and get lots of sleep, eat well, and do whatever you need to do. Most of all, just relax. I know a lot of us get really nervous about races, especially if, I know for a lot of people it's their first, they chose this as their first ultra. So, but just, you know, don't stress about it. You're going to be in a beautiful area running a unique, really distinctive type of course. And so it's really all there for you to enjoy. So don't worry if you don't have maybe as much experience or anything like that. You're going to be just fine. But again, I wanted to kind of open up this a little bit, and in the comments, feel free, be sure to drop some, you know, tips for us new, really? So as I was saying, it's a day later. But as I was saying before Oliver entered the video, I love him so much. But anyway, yeah, so for those of you that do have experience on the Bigfoot course or maybe some experience with ultras, feel free to drop those comments below because they'll be really, really helpful for people that are doing this for the first time. And also for me, again, I didn't finish the course last year. So if you have any tips for me in terms of what comes after Windy Ridge, I would love to hear about that and maybe what to expect. I know there's another lava boulder field. Somebody said it was about 4 or 5 miles from the finish. So anyway, I would welcome any tips and encouragement in terms of getting in the last, I think it would be 13 miles or so, 14 miles. Anyway, so yeah, it's really helpful for first time runners to get some ideas from other people. I know it's helped me in the past, and I think it will really help some people that are concerned about running this race. So anyway, I want to wish everybody good luck. Again, have fun out there, enjoy the course, and, you know, just, you know, you're doing something that a lot of people can't imagine doing, and so we're all really lucky, and I am super grateful to be able to do this and to participate in an event like this. So whether you're running the 20 miler, the 40, the 100K, which is my goal for next year, or even, you know, the 200-mile runners. I just wish everybody good luck and take care of yourself these last 15 days. It's about 15 days now out, and just let's all go out there and have some fun. I hope to see some of you up at Marble Mountain. We'll be camping there like almost everybody else will be. And yeah, so I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and feel free to like this video if you want to see more like this, and subscribe to my channel. It's primarily a running channel, but I have some other ideas for some other videos. But anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.